All right, first of all, a lot of people have confusion as to how to say your last name.
Yes, sir.
Mukuamu.
Yes, sir. Mukuamu.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I've heard about 5 different things, and I assume that was correct. So we're talking to Izzy Mukuamu here. I just had a chance to talk to JC as well. I know you guys are tight. Heard some stories of you guys supposed to being in at curfew, but you guys were watching film instead.
Yes,
so
sir.
talk about just that tightness that you two guys have, that brotherhood that you guys have, and just kind of what kind of fire is it that motivates you two to want to be the best you can be?
I think it just starts off with both of us just being competitive, and we both want to play in the NFL. So I think it's just about us holding each other accountable and making sure that we're on top of everything.
How long did you guys actually known each other before you actually got to USC?
We didn't know each other that long. I hit him up on Twitter before because I seen that South Carolina was one of his top schools, and I told him, this is the place to come because I was committed first. Then I hit him up on Twitter. He hit me back. Then we came down for a bowl practice, and then that's when I first got to meet him. And then after that, we've just been close.
For guys like you two to come in as true freshmen, and everybody wants to play. That's not a big secret. Nobody wants to come in and say, "Hey, I want to sit for a year before I play." But guys like you, you didn't hit the field maybe as quick as he did. From day one, it was kind of known that this guy's next level. And then all of a sudden, we start seeing 24 on the field, a little more frequent, a little more frequent. Then the Clemson game comes around, and I think that was probably the first game that you played that many significant snaps. What kind of conversations did you guys have just as far as kind of keeping each other going? You were playing, he wasn't, vice versa, that sort of thing. What kind of conversations did you guys have?
Just understanding that it's just football at the end of the day, and go out there and compete and play hard as you can.
When you found out that he wasn't going to play in the Clemson game, what did you guys kind of talk about as far as that's concerned? Did he have anything to kind of tell you to kind of get you ready to play all those snaps, or was that something that just kind of caught you off guard?
It kind of caught me off guard, but all week I was planning on playing. Then when he didn't play, it kind of messed up the rotation. But he just told me, it's just football, so just go out there and do what I know what to do.
This year, obviously, going out there, Fenton's gone.
Yeah.
You've got obviously spots that are going to be open somewhat.
Yeah.
You guys are still going to have to compete to earn the spots, but of course, you and he are going to be at the top of your respective positions.
Yes, sir.
Knowing that that's happened as quick as it did in just a matter of one season, some guys have to wait 2 seasons, even sometimes 3 seasons for that to happen. What does that feel like for guys like you? Does it feel like, okay, I earned it, or is it kind of one of those things where you walk out there and it's like, I earned it, but I'm going to keep it? How does that work?
Earned it and I keep it. But we knew this coming into the recruiting process. Coach T-Rob already told us, we got seniors in front of us, but then it's our time. And the type of moments you live for. You want to come in and play early. You want to play at a big school like this, in a conference like this. So it's just something that we dreamed of all our lives, and we just ready to take on the challenge.
You originally committed to Florida State, is that right?
Sir.
So obviously, you've been through the recruiting angle.
Sir.
You've been, and I think, JC had an opportunity to go to several other places. Ultimately, you both ended up at South Carolina with a coach like T-Rob. How does it feel now that that's kind of out of the way? You've got a full year under your belt with these coaches. You still feel good about the decisions you make, and you're glad that you're here, that sort of thing?
I'm definitely glad I'm here. I always think everything happens for a reason. So there was a reason that I came here and a reason that I decommitted. So I just love it here. Excited to play. So I just take every day as everything happens for a reason.
Defensively, of course, last season you guys got hit really hard with the injury bug, forced you maybe into more action than maybe you were ready for, but maybe you were ready for it. I'm sure, I know watching as much film, mentally you are probably more advanced than a lot of guys would have been. But just knowing that this team hasn't scored in 6 quarters, defensively, you guys had some struggles due to the injury bug, things like that. What's the mindset on the team of just wanting to get out there and get that first game played so you can kind of erase those memories and start this new season?
Just being able to let all that go and just being able to go out there and compete. The focus right now is getting ready for training camp and just be able to compete to the best of our abilities. And after that, everything will take care of itself throughout the season.
With you and JC being so tight, is there also a friendly competition that maybe, hey, at the end of the seasons, I'm going to have more interceptions than you do, or pass breakups?
Yes, sir. Definitely. Everything is always competition between us. So, I mean, definitely. And the more he compete, the more I will, and it just makes us better.
All right. I appreciate you, sir.